Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Amplify, where we like to highlight and spotlight movers and shakers and new mamas. My guest, Ally Leng-Barton with RankWriters. RankWriters, welcome, girl. Welcome so much.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome back, too.
Thank you. I am so excited to be back at it. I guess I'll hit off what was going on in my
Kick it off,
world.
girl. Kick it off.
Yeah, you say welcome back because in July I welcome my husband and I welcome two little girls into the world, and their names are Vienna and Elise, and they are the absolute joys of my life now.
Yes.
But I am back at it, back at marketing. I don't think I ever really took a full step away. I was just a little quiet, right? So like, still LinkedIn stalking, still, sitting there in the middle of the night, like 4 a.m., like, what's going on in the industry? But I am back and getting at it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
And I'm so
you.
happy that they are blessed and healthy, right? And I know that you
Yes.
we've chatted, we've texted, I checked in with you. I'm so happy that like they're like your world, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
now you're part of the club, like you know that feeling now of just
Yes. Yeah.
instant love.
Yes. The marketing mamas. That's
Yes, marketing mama.
my partner Lauren and I always go back and forth, and we're like, oh, the marketing mamas.
Yeah. And hey, shout out to Brandy and Lauren.
Yes.
Hey, girls. Yes. So
Yes.
I wanted you as a guest because you did do a video recently explaining, letting people know, updating them about your journey since July, that you're back, you're getting back into the swing of things. And then you said something that really, really, really caught my attention, girl. You talked about how having the twins, and you used the reference systems and seasons. So go ahead,
Yeah,
girl.
so I think I was thinking a lot about like what I've learned as a marketer being a mother, right? And for those who know me, who don't know me, I'm a very organized person, and I think as a twin mom, you have to be very organized. But as a marketer, you also have to be very organized because you're orchestrating so many different channels, right? Like I'm orchestrating a LinkedIn channel, Facebook, Instagram, but I'm also doing website content, doing SEO, doing video projects. So there's so many different things that you have to think about in marketing. And in order to keep that all straight, you have to have systems, right? Like you have to have processes and procedures in place. And it's really funny because I equate it to my content calendar, right? My content calendar lays out everything that I need to have for my campaigns. But in mom world, I have an app, right? I have my little Huckleberry app and I plug in everything and I keep track of everything there. And that's the system that I use to communicate with my team, right? So my team being my husband, my mother-in-law, my mother, anybody who's coming in and caring for my girls, we're a team, right? And so I think about that along the lines of marketing. You're in marketing, you also have a team. You have your marketing team, you have your sales team, you have your ops team, and you have all those people that you need to be communicating with. And so having that centralized system, quote unquote, or having that centralized process really has helped keep things streamlined and optimized, and gives you a place to go back to in order to have that communication. So I think that's one of those like systems that I often think about. And the other systems I think about are like, I guess this ties back into the seasons. When we talk about systems, we also have to think about like prioritizing, right? Like I have every night my routine. Like we put the girls to bed, we get the system ready for the next day, right? We put the bottles in the dishwasher. My husband graciously every morning gets them all out of the dishwasher and lays them out so whoever's watching the girls can then just grab the pieces that they need to make the bottle and get the milk out of the fridge and, do all the things. And whenever we do this in business, it's the same thing. We have to set it up to be easy so that we can prioritize. Because I don't want to have to be scrambling to get that bottle while a baby's crying, right? I need to prioritize the baby. In marketing and in sales and in ops, we have to prioritize the high ticket items, the things that are going to bring in revenue. And in order to support those, we need to have those back end systems in place. We need to have those content pieces laid out for somebody to just come and grab when they want to put that campaign together. We have to have the pieces put together so that whenever we go back at the end of the year and we want to do that financial audit, then you can come in and all of the pieces are laid there for you and your system is working. So then we talk about seasons, and this is the one that gets me a little like emotional. And that's because everything is a season, right?
Yes.
So like my girls are 4 months old this weekend, and it has been several seasons all in one, right? Like you have the newborn phase, and then they start to babble, and that's a season. And then this morning for the first time, my little Vienna rolled over, and I was like, oh, so we're into a new season, and like everything's a little bit different. And like when I think about marketing, you are in seasons. So, I think I talked a lot about you go through a phase of like defining who you are, refining that, then you sprint to get it all set up, and then you're in that like stabilization phase. And I think a lot of the times, like we don't look at that in business. We look at it as I am in right here, right now. And it's always going to be the right here, right now. My company's always going to be the same. This is what we stand for. This is what we do. And over time, those things change. And a lot of the times when we have the gaps in communication and when we have the gaps in processes, and when we have those challenges, it's because we don't recognize that we're ready to shift into that next season. So I could keep living in the newborn phase, right? Like I could have kept doing the same things I was doing with the girls day in and day out. But what's going to happen is I'm going to have more fighting, right? I'm not like fighting, like physical fighting or yelling or anything, but the girls are going to want to move. They're going to want to go to bed at a different time. They're going to do all these things that, they need to grow, right? And as companies and as businesses and as marketers and people, we have to recognize like, if we keep doing the same thing and we don't let those seasons come and go, then we're going to end up with that fighting. And that fighting does sometimes turn into, verbal fighting, communication gaps. And so I think a lot about, when we are looking at our businesses, if we don't have those systems in place and we don't recognize what season we're in, that's where we end up with a lot of the tension, and that's where we end up with a lot of our problems. And I'll give the example of last night, talking about new seasons, talking about a 4-month sleep regression. I was putting the girls to bed, and the same things were not working, and we're not working, and we're not working. And whenever we finally kind of gave in and let us move into like, all right, what do they need right now, and where are we at right now? They finally went to sleep. And it was like, 2 hours of sitting in the dark, trying the old things, and it didn't work. And I think that's the perfect comparison to like, we can sit there and we can do the same things in marketing. I think a lot about SEO, right?
Yeah.
We can sit there and we can use those old tactics over and over and over again, but then they stop working because we're not evolving with the market. We're not evolving with the technology. And so seasons are all about evolving, right?
They are.
So that's kind of where I've been at in the headspace I've been in. And just, trying to find ways to improve my professional life with my personal life, because I think it's so easy, especially as a new parent, to like get swept up in it all. And for, your kids become your whole world, right? But at the same time, like you need to do those things that make you passionate and make you smile and give you like a little boost. And that for me is marketing. And that is for me, going and doing some work. So I think trying to find ways to integrate the two is really been where I'm at right now. And it's been great because I think it's given me a new perspective and a new way to prioritize everything.
I love it. I love hearing the update, hearing the journey, how I like the analogy, right? The systems. You do need, the system in place. Everything's organized. I so get you when you say like the organization piece. I need my only do I need my office organized, but I need my whole home to be organized
Yeah.
in order for me to function and
Mm-hmm.
marketer that I am, right?
Yeah.
It just it's a mental thing. I
Yeah.
cannot function in chaos. And also my creativeness. I don't know about you, Ellie, but that creativeness
Mm-hmm.
not it doesn't come to the surface if I'm in
Right.
chaos or if systems are not in place,
Right.
right? So I completely understand. Now, I've never been a twin mom. Um,
Whole new level of organization, let me tell you.
I have what they call is it Irish twins? Both my boys happen to have the same birthday, but on 6 years apart. But they're both born on August
Oh.
3rd.
So
Yes, it's the
Irish
weirdest
twins is like same year, but different. Like,
oh, okay.
so like
Okay,
Irish twins would be like one baby's, your baby is a year old and your other baby's like a couple months
got
old.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I someone called them, but yes, both my boys are both born,
They're birthday buddies. I
yeah,
love it.
August 3rd. So, but I love that you're back. Thank you for being a guest. If you want to connect with Allie and learn more about her systems and talk to her about her seasons, and not only that, SEO, that is her space, that is her jam. Connect with her and Rank Writers. They're doing a great job. And with that, thank you for being a guest on
Thank you for
Amplify.
having me. This
Yes,
was
and I hope it's
lovely.
time before the girls wake up. But
Yes.
I appreciate your time because girl twins, bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
always for
Delilah.
watching, guys. Take care.